Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show. Today, we're going to be talking about the horrific crimes of the mass shootings that happened in Dayton, Ohio, and in El Paso, Texas. As we are making this video, the all of the details about the crimes are still kind of iffy, but we're going to talk about what we know about it and what it means for our society and our community and things like that. So, first thoughts. What do you guys think?
Here we are again. That's my first thought.
I think that it's scary and it does seem like it's a copycat syndrome starting to happen. So,
Yeah.
and what I found is that the FBI has said that more people have died from mass shootings on American soil by Americans
Yeah.
than in 9/11.
Sure.
So, what are we going to do about it?
I don't think there's anything we can do about it, to be honest. I mean, I've watched some videos and listened to some of the police chiefs, give their debriefings and everything. And a lot of it, just from my own thoughts, the solution is something nobody wants, basically.
Well, what's the solution?
What's the solution?
I mean, well, I'm saying the solution I think that may work. I don't know. Who knows? But removing guns altogether. Nobody wants to give up that. But, in the field that I work in, work in IT, and a lot of people get angry when they have to change their password and, stuff like that. Well, security isn't convenient. And that same thing comes to gun violence. I mean, the convenient thing is, everyone has a gun, everyone can protect themselves, but it's more convenient to not have it, but it may be safer. There are other countries that don't have the gun laws that we have, or the rights to have guns, and they have less violence than we do in regards to guns.
So to you, you're saying the answer is to eliminate guns, period.
Well, I don't know if that's the actual answer, but I think it's something we should talk about.
While that sounds like a great idea, however, good citizens who go about doing things legally are going to go about not having guns legally, but criminals who are criminals are going to still have guns.
But none of that matters if we eliminate them totally, right?
How are we going to eliminate them totally?
I don't know how.
Blow them up?
I'm saying to the point of
Melt
if
them
we're
down?
I mean, we've been fighting drugs for what 30 years,
Longer
plus
than
30
that.
plus years.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no solution to that either. I mean, as far as I think it was the shooter. I can't remember which incident it was, but the shooter actually was a registered gun owner in one of these shootings.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well, they say generally they do get them by legal means, or they get them from a relative who got them by legal means. I mean, most times these type of shootings happen by someone who is supposed to or has easy access to the guns.
right. And this is definitely going to be part of the ongoing political debate with the upcoming election and the presidential candidates and stuff like that. So, and there's arguments on both sides of the table about what we should do about gun laws. Should we, have stricter gun laws? Should we eliminate them? Should we take them away? I know, taking them away would seem like the best thing to do. I just don't know if that's possible.
Well, the NRA is not having that, so you can you can best assured it's so much money behind that
Sure.
the NRA is not giving it up. And even when they took a cut, they made billions of dollars just last year, billions.
Yeah.
and that's why I said we don't really have a way
real
out of this.
solution,
Yeah,
right.
we don't have a way out of this at all.
So, but coming down to it, what do you guys think the reason is? Like, people are taking it to the extent of going into shopping malls and opening fire on groups of people.
Well, we're going to have to talk about this racial
Yes.
tension
Sure.
and this racist rhetoric that 45 has been kind of spewing out there,
Right.
which seems to fuel the fire of these supremacists who believe that they are entitled to something and something's being taken from them by those people.
And the solution, well, the best way to find a solution to the problem is to get to the root. And a lot of it is hate. A lot of it's there.
Absolutely.
If we can't eliminate hate, we'll never eliminate people getting shot, mass shootings, or even just, regular,
Disputes.
gun violence. So a lot of it's in the air. I mean, I can scroll down Facebook, and in about 5 minutes, I can find a racially charged comment. It doesn't take me more than 5 minutes to find one. So everyone's everyone's on a high level of alert when it comes to racism right now. Everyone's sensitive to it. Like I said, I posted on my Facebook page. I accidentally just moseyed over to Trump's Twitter page.
Oh,
and I just wanted to see the climate of people that responds to his. I thought maybe just be a lot of Trumpers, just praising him, but it was mostly people on the opposite side of him, and it was just nasty comments all the way down. So I said, this president does not bring the best out of us
on either end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we the Democrats are just slamming the Republicans slamming the Democrats, and it just looks like everyone hates everyone. And then in that climate, you got the layers of racism and bigotry and supremacy and all of that stuff. There is just a melt. This is something ready to boil up and pop, because something big is going to happen if we don't get a hold of it.
Well, I think that something big has happened. Something big is happening. When this shooter from El Paso, you leave the comfort of your home and drive 10 hours out of the Dallas suburb of Allen, Texas, to go to El Paso to shoot up a Walmart. Why? What was his reason? And y'all know what his reason?
Yeah, he wanted to get as many Hispanics as he could.
Which is interesting enough. Dallas has over 45% Hispanics right there. But El Paso has over 80%.
I mean, yeah, El Paso is a Hispanic name.
Right.
I mean, you go to where the stuff is.
But how are these people threatening his livelihood, his opportunity for job readiness when they are 10 hours away? So I'm trying to figure out the logic behind that.
And the other thing I want to maybe kind of keep this in perspective is, do you guys think that this is happening on sort of on larger proportional scales than what has happened before, say, 40, 50, 60 years ago? I mean, are we seeing something now that is unprecedented? Is this so big that we need to be talking about it the way that we are, in some kind of different way than we haven't talked about it before, as far as solutions and stuff?
Well, partly is social media. Okay, so social media, you have that 24-hour news rolling nonstop, and you have easy access to it. So while we got reports later that shootings did occur back in the 60s and before, but not at this level, and they have access to information, and they have rifles and automatic weapons that people didn't have before,
right? And
that are just blasting out a number of people. No, like, people should, if you hunting, why do you need that type of weapon? That is a weapon of destruction. It is not to feed your family. It's not to protect your family. It's to destroy.
Yeah, I think the conversation around assault rifles and assault weapons now, for the most part, I think even on both sides of the political spectrum, that it's sort of a bipartisan issue where most people are in agreement about it, that there needs to be something done about it. It's just how we go about, how we go about solving the issue, which is what we initially talked about. At the end of the day, to me, I kind of agree with Edwin. I think the only way, initially at least, is to take away the gun. So it's kind of like, I say this all the time with us in America, we're kind of like a bunch of children, fighting over toys. So what happens when you have children who fight over toys? You remove the toys until such time they can get along and they can, come to some sort of, or you can teach them that, hey, this is what this means to have this toy. We should share these toys and all of this kind of stuff. So removing them, but removing the guns may just be a fool's kind of errand, because, like you say, the NRA is not going to go for it.
That's a big money. A great idea. Yeah. I mean, in theory, but
it's not a great idea for Texas. I mean,
Texas.
Some people just want to hold on to those guns.
But they had the guns in Dayton, Ohio, also, and this man went and shot and killed 9 people. One of those people being his own sister. And of the 9, 6 were black. I don't know if that had anything to do with, because they haven't given us his manifesto yet. But what is your purpose But what I did find, the FBI said that shooters, these type of mass shooters, do have things in common. That they've had some type of crisis, they've been exposed to violence, or that you will find that they just recently went through something, loss of a job, loss of a loved one, or they have a sense of hopelessness and looking for acceptance.
Right.
I hear when they say that stuff. I just feel like, what's the point in bringing that stuff out? That those type of statistics or whatever. How does it help us stop these kind of problems?
I think that it's kind of keep your eyes open for someone who's going through a stressful moment, who's veered off from their normal personality. You don't think that'll help? Because you're looking like,
no, because we live in a society now. We just have blinders on. We don't stop to help people.
Well, that's the point.
We don't stop to evaluate things. We just, blinders. I'm minding my business. That's just what we do. That's just the culture.
What's sad, because that's what those people at Walmart were doing.
I mean,
they were shopping, minding their business, and some of them are not here today.
I mean, even in the black communities, we have the don't snitch thing. I mean, I really hate it, because it's like that's the stuff that keeps our communities down. If we want nice communities that our children can grow up in, we can't have the no snitch rules in our communities, because you're enabling criminals to go around shooting our family members and getting away with it. Street justice is not what kind of justice we want.
For sure, but let's be clear here about what we're talking about, the black community. These crimes that have been committed, this Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso thing, were not by black people.
It's true.
So we're talking about, and I'm really going to be interested in seeing how they frame this too. Are they going to frame it as terrorism, like it should be?
Right.
If it were somebody of a different race or a different religious creed or something, right, how they would frame it.
Well, technically, right now they don't have for homeland terrorists. They don't have a department that's assigned to that.
Yeah, domestic terrorism. Yeah,
they're looking for. I guess they need to find one, because it's becoming a problem.
Sure, but
it's not becoming. It is.
Yeah, I mean, but either it's terrorism or it's not.
They won't call it a hate crime.
Yeah, but if it were somebody else, even somebody else that lived here in the United States, that was maybe a citizen for however they got to be citizens. If it was a Muslim or somebody that did that, you would be guaranteed they would be calling this some sort of terrorist crime. And now we have to start this war, and then there's going to be rhetoric against the Muslim communities and things like that. But I'm really curious to see how they're going to frame this, like if it's going to be that or not.
I think they label it a hate crime because usually the people act alone. And I went to their website, the government's website. I can't remember which one, but how they describe terrorism is it has to be a group. It has to be something to organize. It has to be a group. So with these people acting alone and not claiming that they're acting on behalf of some organization, then they have to label it as a hate crime.
So we're curious, though. We want to know what you guys think about this whole situation. And here we are again, as we brought out, another bad situation where a bunch of people were killed. There's been movie theater killings. There's been, mall and church killings, all this kind of stuff. Now we're talking about a Walmart killing. So we're curious to know, what do you guys think about that? So this is our question of the day. What do you think is the solution to handling this issue, where we can kind of eliminate this issue of mass shootings and mass destruction with assault rifles and things like that? Jump down in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. We will thank you for joining us. Jump down in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, and we'll see you guys in the next show.